Performance Anxiety by John Selk. Ashley Olivine, who got her PhD in health psychology at the University of New England, wrote an article for Very Well Health, and in it stated, performance anxiety is a type of anxiety or strong feeling of fear or worry that is related to being able to accomplish something specific. This shows that performance anxiety can be overcome, as it is mostly in the athlete's head. This does not mean that it is easy to overcome, however, or that the athlete will ever want to fully erase it. This does not mean that all anxiety is bad, however. Many studies have actually shown that some nervousness is actually required for athletes to reach their maximum performance. Performance anxiety is affected by many things. The one that most greatly affects it, however, are the external factors. This could be things like peer pressure to do well. This peer pressure can come from athletes themselves, their parents, teammates, or even coaches. Performance anxiety is a widespread concept, and it doesn't only affect athletes. It can also affect students, employees, musicians, and any other type of performer. You have to push through performance anxiety in order to succeed or perform to your full potential. Performance anxiety basically has only 3 ways to deal with it. One being succumbing to the anxiety, playing bad, or in some cases, not playing at all. A second possibility is to push through this anxiety. This is how success is achieved. Although it is tough, it is essentially the only way to achieve your goals. The third option is only when there is no anxiety present, and this often means that you don't care at all. This results in little effort given, and often bad results will follow. Anne Laura LeCun, who has her PhD in neuroscience from King's College in London, wrote an article for Nest Labs. She talked about the Goldilocks zone for performance anxiety, which is shown in this chart. This shows that once you reach a certain stress level, your performance is as high as it can get. This also shows that too much or too little performance will negatively affect the athlete, or too much anxiety will negatively affect the athlete. There are a few examples of performance anxiety from the stimulus. One can be seen in the story Through the Tunnel, and another in Simone Biles and the Most Human Meaning of Courage. In Through the Tunnel, the little English boy faced death, but overcame the massive obstacle through tremendous bravery. He was nervous, but he had courage and achieved his goal. In the other article, it shows how Simone Biles was competing for her country, but she also had outside pressure. This was from an ongoing court case. With everything going on, Simone folded and withdrew from the gymnastics competition. The stimulus showed 2 different ways performance anxiety can affect people. One was beneficial, while the other was detrimental. Although it is such a common problem, the solutions to performance anxiety are hardly ever communicated. There are 3 solid options. The first one is to take a step back and think about how it is not that deep, and that everything will be okay even if you fail or don't play well. A second option is to learn some breathing patterns to calm yourself and slow your mind down. Box breathing is a great option for that. A third choice is to visualize yourself doing well. This will commonly build confidence. These 3 solutions will all help athletes to either lessen or completely get rid of their performance anxiety.
Okay, so John, can you tell me what evidence that you gathered that you didn't use and why you chose not to use it?
I gathered some evidence with how different external factors affect the athlete more than others, like how the pressure you feel from your parents is different from the pressure you feel from your teammates, which I feel wasn't really important to the argument I was trying to make, which is that you have to experience performance anxiety, to be as successful as you can. And the different types of it just didn't really affect that as much.
Okay. And then how did you use what conclusions other people made to advance your own research?
So I looked at all the conclusions I got from my sources, and they were all essentially one or the other. One was that all performance anxiety is bad, even though you have to go through it, push through it. And then the other one is that some performance anxiety is essential to success, which I thought was a little more true because you have to push through it, but it can also help you, as it was the Goldilocks zone. So I kind of used that for my conclusion.
Okay, thank you.